Laugh out loud, it's the place to be, where geeky minds meet so naturally. From pixel legends to blockbuster heart, dive right in, let's set this vibe apart.
Hey, yep, laugh out loud. And you even cared, you got an episode of the BM².
Sort of.
It's sort of the S. Okay, so yeah, so a BM² we've got is me and Ben. We do this every week. The A to a BM² would be Alan. We want to thank him for coming. The other B to the BM² is Barrett, who's also here, so thank you for coming. And the last one is the other M, which is Matt, which we want to thank for. Actually, he's not here. So
thanks for not showing up, Matt. The show will be a lot better without you. See, he wants to do the best for the show, and that was not him not being.
Well, a little bit of an issue. So I need to.
I'm not here. I
need to kind of explain what happened with Matt. So Matt decided he wanted to take the week off. So he kind of went out to, I guess it was some sort of cabin he had or something like that. They happened to be having a millennial fair out in his area. So he decided to go to the fair, where, it had this typical stuff, running races, fun house, strength test. He actually texted me and said that he could fight a robot, which sounded weird. They also had weapons and armor shop, whatever. But what happened was he ran into a girl, or actually the girl kind of ran into him. And it seemed like she was kind of just like your normal, average, everyday girl. Well, she dropped her pendant and they had to find it. And he found a pendant for her.
I came with y'all.
So,
well, Alan, do you know what movie he's referencing here?
Okay.
I know what game he's referencing.
It's a game.
What happened was
I know it.
Matt's friend had a little experiment going on. Now, there were one thing led to another. Catastrophe hit. The girl kind of disappeared for a while. He went looking for her. When he got back,
playing this shit. Excuse me. This stuff straight.
Dude, can I explain what happened?
Sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
Because it's concerned about Matt.
I'll mute myself. I'll do that. I'm sorry.
Okay. So one thing led to another. Matt's in jail right now. He was charged with kidnapping her. He was charged with trying to sell her pendant to somebody. Evidently he ate some dude's lunch. And some girl needed some help finding her cat. He didn't want to help her. And
oh my God.
Yeah. So he's going to be put away for a while.
Okay, well,
in time, he'll be back.
Since earlier in the discussion, we established that we're trying to turn this into a business as responsible business owners. He is charged with anything, and it's sight unseen. We haven't heard his side of the story yet. He has been fired.
I'm glad you mentioned that we're trying to turn this as a business, because that's going to bring me to the second thing that we need to discuss tonight. So I need to make something really clear to everybody here. At the BM show, our main goal is to make sure that we deliver accurate information, that everything we say is 100% dead truth. So when a situation happens where we say something that's not accurate, we want to go ahead and get that fixed as quick as possible. And unfortunately, that did happen on the last show that we had. For those that remember it, we were discussing 3 movies. We were discussing My Fair Girl, My Fair Lady, My Sassy Girl.
She's kind of fair. She was kind of pretty, but mostly fair.
Okay, so My Sassy Girl and Clash of the Titans. Well, one of us made a comment that was highly inaccurate, and that unfortunately was me. During the talk of My Sassy Girl, I made a comment that was very insensitive in a way. I made a comment about this actor right here. I said, and I want to apologize for this, I said that he reminds me kind of Elvis. That was insensitive of me, and I want to apologize to all the Elvis fans. What I meant to say was he reminds me of Wayne Newton. So I wanted to get that cleared up, and I'm going to also apologize to all the Wayne Newton fans that were heartbroken when they heard me say Elvis.
Well, Mike, I'm glad that you came forward and you talked about this.
He does look like Wayne Newton, though. I will give you that. He does. He does.
So-
Yeah, I will.
So he also kind of does look like Elvis, but he's got that Wayne Newton thing going.
A little bit, a little bit, a little bit.
So
But
So, Mike, I'm sure you'll be okay with the fact that we're going to hold your pay this week. Because
I thought you guys were going to flog me and have me drawn and quartered, and I was ready for that.
Oh no! When there's no actual money involved, I constantly will reward people and hold money back. I do that with my volunteers all the time. I'm like, you're gonna get 20% raise. And they're like 20% times nothing. That's
See, I was looking to be promoted to customer of the BM show.
customer. Oh, like Amazon does. I love that. Like, if you ever get hired by Amazon, literally, they like that's one of the things to talk about. Like, you can get promoted to customer.
Well, I guess for me it'd be promoted to subscriber, which I'm already a subscriber. So there you go. I've made my goal already.
see, y'all had me with the accurate information. I was like, I can support that, but I don't know how we got here. But
Well, you got to keep up with the BM show, Alan. You got to watch more episodes. Come on.
Yeah, you gotta hit the notification bell. Not only hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then every time we subscribe, anytime we upload anything, you'll get a ping.
that's a strong commitment. Dang, man, y'all.
Speaking of, do you hear this? Do you know what that is?
A timer.
That's our list of episodes for April, people. That's how
I thought it was a rattlesnake.
so it goes. I don't even know the dates of April. I don't care to know the dates. I just know that we have 4 Sundays. So here's what we have coming up for April. The first Sunday of April, our episode, we're going to talk about movie reviews for Dangerous Liaisons, Cruel Intentions, and PCU.
Oh my God! Oh, I love that movie.
See?
God.
I don't know what it
Oh.
was. It could be any of them.
Oh,
Doesn't matter.
like, I mean, but in these times, I mean,
In these times, that's why the PM show is doing it.
that is I will say on business, that is a fantastic picture.
Yeah, we roll the dice at the PM show, and
Absolutely.
always come up snake eyes.
I will stand on business. Oh, that's one of my favorite movies.
So the second Sunday of the month, the topic is best $2 I ever spent. So we're gonna talk about type of movies, games, whatever we bought for super cheap that turned out to be like real.
I need to mute myself again. I'm not messing with y'all. It's like,
Alan, I know you spent a lot of money on things that could you bring it to.
no.
Just remember that there are kids that listen. So maybe I don't know even know who listens. The only person I know that listened was a guy on.
Well, I'm just listen. The best y'all gonna get out of me is I'll try to make sure I don't curse. All right. The past that, y'all have known me long enough.
So I think Alan just volunteered himself to show up for that one. That sounds great. For the third Sunday of the month, we are going to be talking about the classic topic, the Saved by the Bell, the new series. We're going to actually discuss that one. And then finally, the last Sunday of the month, we're going to do another BM². And the topic for that one is I love this game so much I'm going to replay it. And oh crap, there's that part, which we're going to talk about games that we love to replay until you get to a certain part, and then it's just time to stop playing it.
Well, yeah, that's accurate.
So there we go. So that's what we have coming up. Now, for the people who tune into the show just to save some money, I'm sorry, you're going to have to wait a while. We decided to move that to the end tonight because we need to get as much Barrett in as possible.
I mean, I'm surprised he hasn't said anything already. He's much more disciplined than I am.
He put his mic on mute because I'm sure that profanity is just flying right out. So tonight we're gonna actually jump into our topic, which is kind of weird because we're only 9 minutes in. Usually we jump into the main topic like an hour in.
Yeah, you usually close the show with the topic. Now we're gonna open it.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. That's unlike us. So we're gonna try this out. So tonight, our episode is about. Oh, you know what? That means I gotta change how I'm got all these tags for.
Okay.
Yeah. So our episode is going to be about games that stick with us, that we'll never forget. Be it something special with them, whether it's they've got some sort of style to them, whether it's some sort of story that hits you, whatever it is that'll make you never forget that game. And the game that did this for me, because obviously I'm gonna go first since I'm got mine all queued up.
I feel like Barrett should go second though.
Barrett will definitely go second, so we can get as much Barrett stuff as in as
So he should definitely go second.
So I'm gonna start off with the game that really did this for me is this game right here. The game's called Killer 7.
Ooh,
It was on GameCube, and there's something about, and I probably should have shown that scene because like that, I don't know if we're getting hit by sensors. Sorry, Ben, but there's this just style to this game that is just unforgettable. A lot of like the graphics nowadays, and I'm not a graphics fan, but you get to a point where it looks nice at that moment, and then it no longer looks nice in the future. But this is a type of game, though, the way the style works, it looks good still today. Like, looks fantastic still today. And it's just got this twisted, weird stuff going on. I mean, you're playing multiple personalities.
Yeah, like isn't one of the guys like a dude like a wheelchair or something like that? Like
Yeah, the like the main boss, the Charles Xavier boss.
He's the bad guy. I thought he was one of the people.
No, he's really the good guys.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We use him very much.
Xavier. He's like Xavier. Okay, got it.
Yeah, exactly. You're mainly using these 7 like personalities. Let's just say they're not really personalities. They are their own people. I was hoping like
personas or something.
One of them would change. But I can't really give away much more than that without spoiling the story. But this is by Suda52, I think his name is, who's done other things like
51 or is it 52?
What's that?
Is it 51 or 52?
50. It's 51. I think you're right. It's 51.
Okay, all
right. And he's done other things like No More Heroes and Killer is Dead. And I think he did Lollipop Chainsaw,
which was actually surprisingly good. That's a good game.
I haven't played that.
I will also say that that's a good game. I will stand on business on that one. That's a good game.
Okay.
I don't finish it.
Trying to get to where it's got somebody else so you can kind of see the different personalities. They're still on the same one here. But yeah, there's I think 7 different personalities. Each one is like, they all have different abilities, different strengths, different speeds, different type of weapons. So, you can play this game in multiple ways.
Now, actually, can I ask you something about that statement? I want you to clarify one thing. So I've heard of this game because this is like back in like that really cool like GameCube era when they were doing like weird stuff, which was good, like Beautiful Joe. Like I forget what they call those, and it's like there's a special name for them. But anyway, one thing I always wondered about this game because this was on my list, but I never got it. So you have 7 different personalities. So my question is do you switch between them at will, or does the game make you play through certain places? How much of this?
Take a look at what just happened when I go back here.
Okay. Yeah. So
go back to right here. What you're going to see is there's actually, I think there's technically 6, but there's one that's a cleaner that when anyone dies, you'll switch to that character to go get their body to bring them back to life. But really? Yeah. He'll actually go and pick up his head. So if you watch here, what you're going to see, he'll go into the menu after you see the scene, and it'll list all the quote unquote personalities, the characters, and he'll switch from the character he is now to the character that basically her power is she slits her wrists, and that reveals secret passages.
Really?
Yeah, really. So he's switching right now.
I knew it was like this. I didn't know it was like this. Good Lord.
So, boom, he's now the new character. And the difference, actually, even with their attacks, they're different because the character he's on has kind of, you would think of being the Barry with, like a Magnum style gun. Yeah. She has her pistol has a sniper scope on it. Okay. So you can actually zoom in closer. There's also guys, one guy has knives, one guy has a grenade launchers, one guy has dual pistols.
Is she gonna like attack anything in this scene?
I don't know. I don't know if the person's going to stick with her that long. I didn't really use her all that much, apart from a boss fight.
Oh, so you do switch it well. You switch it.
Yeah, you switch it well.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
So unless, of course, that character dies, and then you can't switch to them until you get their body with the cleaner.
Oh, so actually, no, the cleaner is for when you die, not when like the enemies die.
Yes, the cleaner's for when you die.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I was thinking about that would be like a wild concept for a game if like anybody you killed, you had to take care of their body. Like that kind of goes. Oh, actually, nope. I need to shut up because Barrett is going to talk about that. Never mind. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So, but it also on that note, you'll start the level with some of the quote unquote personalities locked. So you have to kill a certain amount of enemies so you can unlock the personalities. So you may start the level with only access to 3.
Or did it change per level, or who's the last one you unlock? Is there a standard order, or do they?
No, well, it changes per level, but you do have access. See, this is the first level, and they have access to all of the characters right now. And they're switching to the guy with basically the grenade launcher, if you want to say it that way, so he can blow up a wall. That's his special power.
So you can access all the characters on all the levels, but the order in which you can changes.
Exactly. Yeah, you'll start off with 1 on one level, and 2 will be still unlocked. And the next level, you have to start out with somebody completely different, and other ones are locked. So
that's actually I think that's a really cool concept. This is one of the games I kind of wanted to get to, but I never did. But also, I can see that it like looks kind of weird, so this might have freaked me out as a kid. So I don't know.
it's interesting because it's an on rails game. So all the running you see the person doing is technically them just holding down a button, and the character.
So it's a rail shooter, is what it is.
It's like a rail shooter for movement, but then as you can see, it switches to like how those full motion video Sega Saturn, Sega CD games, how they had the kind of like point and click or aim on the screen type of shooting. And the enemies are actually invisible, and you have to scan for them to appear.
Man, that's weird. That's cool though.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Now you can see why I'm never gonna forget this game, because it's just so off the wall.
But oh man, but I love that though. Oh
yeah, and it is available on Steam, and I actually picked it up for like less than $5. I had it on GameCube before. I just wanted to go through it again because I remembered it so well. So I'm glad
I was always curious about, because this was one of the games I had seen, but I thought was like I just never got to it. So that's interesting. All right, that's weird. That's cool though. That's really cool.
All right, so I took enough time here. So why don't we switch over to Barrett?
All right. Let's see here. Share screen.
Oh wait, I gotta share my screen. Oh, good Lord, y'all didn't tell me that.
I did too when you said okay.
No. You told me to have a video ready. You did not say anything about that's fine. I'm just
well, I said I'll show you guys how to share a screen if necessary.
I missed that part, and I just wasn't listening because I missed that part. Oh God, right.
That's all good.
I mean, like it's not. Yeah, it's not that. It's just I just keep a lot of shit on my desktop anyway.
Well, you can actually just
do one window. You don't have to do the whole desktop.
Oh, you're right. That is a thing I can do. I mean, I just have a big I ain't doing nothing illegal then, y'all. I just got like a big picture of robot and just like different class stuff. But anyway.
We're not surprised. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh. Okay. I know this game.
Good job. Good job. Good job hiding the anime porn.
Yeah. All right. So, this game I picked because, a few things. First thing is this game weaves. It has a really interesting, really deep story, and it was not clear at first. I got it because I got it on sale, and people recommended it, and so I was like, all right, well, I got it for like $5 or something. I was like, for $5, I'll check it out. Everyone says it's super amazing, right? And I started off, and it looked kind of like what you see on the screen, right? And I was just like, all right, I don't know really what to make of this. It doesn't seem all that amazing. But then eventually I started to figure out the story. It's a very slow build, but then the story is really interesting. But part of why it would stick with me and why I picked it as opposed to some other games that have really amazing, deep stories was that this one did an amazing job, maybe the best I've ever encountered, of weaving a lot of these story elements into the gameplay. So like right now, you see he's taking off in the mech suit or whatever, right? It's not even ostensibly a mech game. I love mech games, but then now all of a sudden it turns into like a rail shooter thing, and it probably bounces back and forth between like 12 different game modes around across the pretty long runtime of the game, right? But they all work. Like there's a thematic reason why they're there, why you go into these things. And then the main reason, but I can't show it to you because I don't want to spoil for Alan. He hasn't played it yet.
Well, I haven't finished it. I started it.
Okay, yeah, well, you haven't finished it. But the very end of the game, I'll just say he does some gameplay stuff. The guy who created the game, he added something that recontextualizes the whole thing. And so it's like I thought I knew what was going on. I thought I was smart and I clever and I figured it out. And then it felt like one of those oh gosh, what is the movie? The Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense, yeah.
Yeah, where this little thing happens at the end. And once again, it's a gameplay thing. It doesn't necessarily say it to you, but it's through the gameplay that happens at the end during what would normally be the credits, but it's not normal credits in this game because it's a weird Japanese game. And it recontextualizes the whole thing and in a really amazing, really, really heartfelt way. Like this is maybe the only time I've ever cried in my life. At the ending of this day.
That's an announcement. Barrett has actually cried. He didn't think that even happened.
I mean, you told me that before, but to admit that in a public specter, oh gosh.
Yeah. So it is why. Oh yeah, you saw like the weird hacky mini game thing, and yeah. So anyway, that's all I gotta say about this. I mean, I have a lot more I want to say, but the only nothing else to say that was full.
I have one comment and one question.
And I got a question too.
Well,
Go ahead, Alan.
You sure? You can go first if you want to.
No, you can go.
Okay. All right. Okay. Question. So, so one of the things, because I did start playing this game, I didn't get super far, but I got around enough, and a couple of really weird things happened. I will look top to that. So I was like, wait, what the hell? So, one of my things about anyway, let me actually, I'll get that part later. This game has an upgrade system, right? You like level up and stuff because like you just have like numbers there and stuff like that, right?
Ish,
right? But like you can, how about this? You can equip things and there are different things you can equip.
yes.
Right? Okay. My question to you is this: of those things that you can equip, how often do those when it shifts the type of game, do those equipments still affect you, or do those equipments only affect you in one phase? Like right now you're shooting. I know sometimes you walk around and do stuff. Does your equipment affect your behavior in both modes?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay.
It
All right.
depends. Because some of them like
Yeah. But
some of them
sometimes
aren't really relevant to certain gameplay types, but then some of them are more universal.
So, actually, with that, I have another question. Then, I mean, you guys can stop me anytime you want to, but I'm just legitimately curious. Do you ever like find yourself like switching when it? Well, I guess you would know if it was coming. So it's just really like you just wherever you are when that stuff happens. Okay, yeah. So that makes sense. All right, cool. Sorry, I kind of answered my own question, I think, or maybe I'm wrong and I'll play it and I'll figure it out. So my comment is this, and like I said, weird stuff started happening, and I didn't play it like. I put a few hours into it, I guess I'll say, but sometimes I can be like weird. I don't know. I just played it. Something happened, and then I was like, wait a minute. If that's how this stuff happens, I kind of want to start from the beginning because I was playing this game a different way. So that's like the comment that I can say, and I don't know if you have anything to say to that. Because it was like, since it's been so long, should I pick up from where I left it off, or should I just start it over?
No. Don't start over. It's too long of a commitment to start over.
Well, it depends. I mean, how far did you get into it? Like, how many hours did you get into
it? Like 3 or 4. Like,
oh, okay, then yeah.
No more than 10. Like, I played it for a little bit, but yeah, no more than 10. Like, I kind of got in, stuff started happening, and then, like I said, like I guess maybe what I'll say is this: the world kind of opened up a bit, and then something happened, and then I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, okay, wait a minute. So if this game works like that, I kind of want to, like, I don't know. So it's kind of interesting. So, all right.
So from my question for Barrett, what about Replicant? Have you done Replicant?
I have played it. It did not do the same thing for me. I liked it, but
Okay,
I
you
chose
liked it.
this one for this particular chat over it because of what he does with the ending.
Yeah,
That
but
part
honestly,
sit with me a lot more than Replicant.
but the fact that you just openly said that you liked it though says a lot to me though. So I mean, there's still that.
Here's the thing. With Replicant with me, I mean, I played this and then I went straight over to Replicant. And I think at that point, Replicant just felt stale. It just felt like it was dragging after going through the experience with this game. Because it doesn't feel like it's doing anything new.
Yes, so I also went the same way. This is my introduction to it. And I kind of wish that I hadn't known that because I think I would have felt more about Replicant if I had just started with it. So yeah, I very much, I agree. And for that reason, this is the one that I mentioned in the video instead of the Replicant.
Man, I got stuff to do. I got work and y'all. Well, I mean, at the same time, what am I gonna play? Well, whatever. I mean, I'm playing Monster Hunter right now. Monster Hunter is basically what I'm doing. But anyway. Yeah.
All right. So Alan or Ben, who wants to go next?
Oh crap. I need to pick a better video. Shoot. Because y'all dang. Well, it is what it is.
Do you want to go, Alan?
You can go first. I'll take the last, and then I'm tough with that. You can go first. I'm just going to interrupt all y'all. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna,
Okay.
All right.
Let me figure out how to share my screen here because I haven't done this in a minute. Let's see here. This is going to show up right away what I'm going to be talking about.
That's good.
The series, in a lot of ways. I wasn't sure exactly how we were doing this, which I never really am sure how we're doing this.
Yeah, I know, right? No, I feel the exact same way.
So I'm like,
yeah.
So, anyways,
floor's wet. I got to go get a towel, but I can't lead a podcast now. Dang it! All right.
Why am I getting stuff from other stuff? What is this?
It's an advertisement.
Yeah. You got to cue them things up. I guess. There you go.
Yeah.
It was queued up, but he started. This is, I guess, he's playing it for the first time. I don't know. I didn't watch the video ahead of time. I just looked for something.
See, that's what I'm saying. They didn't. Anyway.
Mike said, "Look, sure." Goes
Interesting graphics.
Yeah, so I found some gameplay videos. So the Legend of Zelda changed the way that I looked at video games and stuff. Because it was before it would just be platforming or whatever, and with the case of Atari, you'll just never make it to the end of the game because they're just trying for high score. Where here there's actually a quest and you're trying to save the princess and there's this whole thing you got to go through and now I can go and play the first Legend of Zelda and beat the first quest in one sitting, but when I was younger, it took me freaking forever to figure out how to get through it. And then the game would later become 3D, and that's when we have Ocarina of Time, which added even a whole new respect to the whole thing, where it was the same idea as the original game, and now everything's got a 3D aspect, and the puzzles are in 3D, and all that. And then you go even further where they went and they evolved the series one more time, and that's when you got this. You got Breath of the Wild / Tears of the Kingdom, where it's hey man, you need to go save the princess. Cool, how do I do that? Good luck. No, I'm serious. How do I do that? You'll be fine.
That's the perfect way you describe me. It is entirely
next. Go for it, man. You got this, Link.
And that's why I haven't finished this game. Don't get me wrong; it's fantastic. Like I said, it changed your life. This is
I give the same piece of advice. If you have not played the Breath of the Wild game and you want to play Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, you have to play Breath of the Wild first. You have, because once you play Tears of the Kingdom, you're not going to want to go back to Breath of the Wild. And it's the same map, it's just they upgraded so much in Tears of the Kingdom, and it's just a much cooler experience.
That is what I thought. So Breath of the Wild will stay there until I finally sit down and beat it. But that is, I like the way
finally same world.
Yeah, like the maps are exactly the same.
Yeah,
Well,
'cause
not
that's like-
exactly the same. Tears of the Kingdom, the map is bigger, but it builds off of the map that's in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, so it's like it's because I guess so in that case. Actually, let me ask you this then. Actually, let me ask you this since you said that. So does that mean that Tears of the Kingdom is like a proper sequel to Breath of the Wild?
Tears of the Kingdom happens directly after Breath of the Wild.
So like Breath of the Wild ends, and then you're like Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, no, it's not like directly, but what?
Well, like,
Like,
so how are we talking? How are we talking?
like a couple weeks, maybe a month or a year. Like,
I mean, okay,
it's the same. You're the same character.
okay, yeah, no, totally, okay. I mean, like,
Yeah, so like, it's after the first game. You and Zelda are out like exploring some cave, and that's when you release the new big enemy for Tears of the Kingdom. You and Zelda release this damn thing, and it ends up like taking her. So the whole mission is once again you're back to saving the princess, but now it's finding the princess. But what you find, I can't tell you more than that without ruining the story.
They took you. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't curse anyway. Okay, never mind. Oh, they took you, bitch. All right, cool.
You just can't curse for 30 seconds. That's all.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, I'm not gonna curse that much though. But anyway, yeah.
You know, this is usually
There's like a rap song. Don't say it for my bitch. Tell me when to get off work. I'm sorry. Anyway, let me stop. Anyway, okay, sorry. Anyway,
this guy's never gonna beat this rock monster. I'm watching the show. You know these guys I fought?
we need a bad for a minute, and he is having a hard time.
Looks like he's down. You're right. He's never gonna do them.
He did it. I mean, actually, though, I did get far enough.
Yeah, these are professional gamers.
Yeah, actually, no. See, that's the thing, though, and actually, that's the real cool thing about streamers, which I will give and stuff like that. I mean, sometimes it's just nice to know other people suck. You know, I don't want to see somebody speed running the game or cleaning that. I want to see somebody get caught up on the same bullshit I did, so I can feel better about myself. That's what I want.
Now, if you really want to see some hard stuff in these games, you look for Tears of the Kingdom. I forget what they call the underworld, underground. What's it called? They don't call it that, but that's what I'm looking for. The depths. The depths. Let's see here. Can we get some stuff in the depths? Okay, so he's floating through the depths. Now the depths this is one of the new worlds in Tears of the Kingdom. It's an alternate version of the overworld. So up is like instead of a mountain, it's a valley. Instead of a valley, it's a mountain.
That's conceptually, that's like wild, and I think that's the thing that like Nintendo's like amazing at.
Yeah.
But like, because again, like I've started playing Breath of the Wild, and I appreciate y'all letting me interrupt y'all, but whatever. I mean, y'all can tell me to stop if I'm going too much. But anyway, the thing I appreciate about it is that, like you said, you have this world, and you've explored this world, because Zelda games are expansive. They have a lot of stuff in them, like, there's stuff to feel. So I think conceptually, and you've done this without spoiling it, I think it's really, really cool, because if you think about that as a game experience, like you think about what a Zelda game is, you're going through all these places, you're looking stuff, you're going through every nook and cranny of that bitch. And then something happens. I'm gonna stop saying bitch. I shouldn't say that. Anyway, they take your friend. They take Zelda. She has a name. How about I'll use her name. That's great. They take Zelda, and then you have to go back through this world that you've already previously. That's a cool concept though. I think conceptually, that's an amazing concept.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you're seeing parts of here, Tears of the Kingdom. Also, Tears of the Kingdom, they bring back the dragons that showed up in Breath of the Wild, and also here's some of the puzzles that you have to solve. It's a great game. I beat both of them. Tears of the Kingdom is one of those games like I held off. I think I did this with Breath of the Wild too, where I actually held off ending the game. Like I knew I was at the end.
Ooh.
So I'm like, yeah, it's like you don't want to finish.
But see, I've done that a number of times, but I've also gotten faked out once. And when I got faked out, I was like, ooh, but I don't think I actually stopped the game.
But it's Legend of Zelda, dude. You always know when you're at the end of a
Legend. Yeah, that is a true statement. That is
as you can see here under the ground, like it's all dark. So you get when flowers, or you get these roots, and if you turn the root on, it lights up an entire section of the map.
Oh yeah. No, I mean these games are so good though. Like
it's really good. And also like everything that's in the main world, underground, there is something else on that part of the map that corresponds with that same location. And it might be something good, probably not, because the underground world, it's usually in the depths, it's usually something bad.
But
basically,
Well,
so basically, Link to the Past. Link to the Past with the what was it, the mirror?
yes,
And go
It's like a world and Link
the Dark World. Oh yeah, that was like, oh my gosh, I remember. Oh sorry, I remember when I. Anyway, I'll save that till later. Anyway, but when you first just the Dark.
Sorry.
So let's do this. So I'm gonna jump to. I want to do. Go to Alan, and then I actually want to go to Barrett so we can get Barrett back in again.
Okay.
All right, let me unshare my.
I mean, if Barrett if Barrett wants to go, I can get Barrett 2 hours. Like I don't like. I mean, I guess no. I need to go. I'm not that special. Anyway, let me go ahead and go. Anyway, unless Barrett wants to go again.
Okay, I guess sure. Good ball.
Okay, I'm going. Okay, all right. Shoot. Okay. So I got to share. That's down at the bottom right. How do I share my screen? Shoot. Oh, share screen. There's a button for it. Anyway.
Yep.
Okay.
It's okay. I had to figure out again too. I've only done like a dozen times.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to apologize and say that. Well, whatever is. There you go. Let me make sure I got all my other stuff closed. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Sorry about this, guys. All right. Let's see. Start sharing. Okay. Am I sharing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. No thanks. All right.
You
So
don't want YouTube TV? Why not?
I don't need that, man. Anyway, okay, cool. So mine is Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter. And I actually didn't prepare this, so I'm just gonna have to talk about this while I watch this. So this is a PS2 game. Now I know Breath of Fire is a well-known series, but this was my first introduction to it. Now you guys know I'm like all into like the anime stuff and things like that, and I grew up as a console gamer. So it's kind of funny when I talk to you guys about games because you guys have all of like this history there that I didn't get until I was like way older. So it's like, it's weird. So it's like, like the joke I always tell y'all is like, this is all I had, but I do absolutely love this game. So
Bro, you caught up with us. You caught up with that little time.
yeah, but like now, but it's just like because like there's some things like anyway, like now I have, but back in the day, like it was like every time I found something new, it was like, holy crap, they make this shit. So yeah, so what I used to do was PS2 era, I'm in college. I got my PS2. I did like I'm undergrad engineering somewhere in the middle of Illinois. And anyway, so I'd like so I'd buy video games and be in my dorm or whatever. So I used to always just kind of go to like GameStop or eBoutique or whatever because we had one. And I used to just pick up random stuff because you also had like games and blogs because like that was kind of the cool time was learning about different stuff. So anyway, sometimes what I used to do was I just used to look at games and if they were like cheap enough or whatever, I would just go for it. I can't remember why I bought this game. I just looked at it, thought it was cool, like I was kind of in anime and stuff like that, so I had that kind of aesthetic. And then I started
Final Fantasy VII.
yeah, like I mean, like Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game. Like I am that person, and I can't own that part of it. It just is what it is, right? I'm older now. What's that?
Looking at the party, I thought maybe they took the wrong turn and they came from Jet Set Radio.
No,
Because that girl in blue is looking like maybe a Space Channel 5 vibe going on with her or something.
No, it's like, but it's like but yeah, she looks like, but no, she has like, cause she's like kind of tactical and stuff. She's like an agent. She's like a rebellion agent, basically, is what she is. So it works with the motif of the game. So anyway, I get this game, and this is actually kind of a cool thing because this is like the penultimate scene. That guy. In the beginning of the game, well, yeah, I'll say this. That guy in the beginning, because this is really a spoiler, because it's the way the game works. He kills you in the beginning, and then what happens is you, as you're laying there dying, the spirit. This is like the very beginning of the game. The spirit of like this dragon, it possesses you basically. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. It possesses you. Yeah, no. Well, my brain did break for a minute. My words. Anyway, so basically that happens, and then because like you both are like rangers for this massive underground city, and then you come and then you can kind of see. And actually, I love the attacks in this because it did a thing where you could basically like chain your attacks and stuff like that, and all of your attacks have different properties and the items and things like that. But you also have a very, very limited item pack. So like, because honestly, and you get those pages like as you get out to the game. So this is actually a fight later in the game. So maybe this is kind of a well, no, whatever. It's fantastic. It's an RPG. Like you play these enough to know how these go. So
Yeah.
like so the story was like okay, like I enjoyed it. It was cool, but it was the mechanics that got me, and also the mechanic is is he actually gonna do it? Yes, he does it. So the thing about this game is you have your normal attacks and you do your stuff, but since he gets possessed by this dragon, he basically turns into this. And this makes you strong enough to basically kill anything in the game. So if you look, you see you have a little percentage in the corner though. So the thing is that so all throughout the game, you have access to this strong form and you take percentages to do it. The thing is about that though, anytime you take that percentage, that thing goes up. When that meter gets to 100%, you die. The dragon fully possesses you, and then you die. So it was very interesting because if you think about like how kind of grindy games are, and plus I absolutely love the mechanics. And this is where like the guy, he's like, wait, I got possessed too, I think is what he's gonna do. But like I said, it's predictable. But it was kind of interesting tactically, and then it had all like the other like like it had like you could raise like an ant colony and they'll give you stats and stuff like that, so that was cool. But maybe he comes back later. That isn't the last time you fight him because like another one. Oh, anyway, so yeah, so it was kind of interesting just from that though. There he is. So it was kind of interesting because like you could do all these things, and it's actually kind of like this. The other weird thing about the game is because, like I said, whenever you go to 100%, you die. But this was maybe my first experience in, I guess, what we call kind of roguelikes, right? So, like the games, and like honestly, if you played it right, maybe you could beat it on the first try. Because it's also like maybe you could get away with it. I think I finally did it on like the third or fourth.
Mhm.
Or maybe the second. I know I died at least once. Maybe twice. So that was I thought that was just a really cool concept. And this is kind of like the funny thing for me about like being into like anime stuff is, as tropey as stuff can be, I've always found the implementation to be the coolest thing. And so like I think one of the things, because like as like design, I think it's about constraints, right? It's about because like we can all like say things about gaming now, but like what you said about Killer 7, Mike, where it's like it just looks good, right? Like you have these and this game like looks okay. I do like the visuals of it. But I'm saying, but it's the experience of it that really got me, and I actually like the mechanics of how you can play it, because the cool thing and this is how I actually beat the game is that I didn't level up as much as I should have. But if you use the dragon powers, like, kind of tactically, you can, it's nice because like you can kind of play the game like however you want to or whatever. And then when it gets like really annoying, you're just like, you know what, boom, and you just destroy whatever in front of you. So I like that. I like the setting. I like the mechanics. And it was just like, it's just that I like games that kind of like, I guess, recontextualize them, which is why I know I need to play NieR Automata, but I just like, it's like a spider sense. I got to be like ready for that. I have a life to live anyway, especially if it made Barrett cry. But anyway, yeah. So Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter is mine, or at least my first one, depending on how long we go with this. So yeah, so that's mine.
I just gotta say, if I was playing this, because I haven't played this one, I actually haven't really gotten the Breath of Fire series.
This is the only one I've played. This is the only one I've played, by the way, too.
If I was playing this and I know how I play,
Yeah.
I would grind out massive hours so that what happens is I get to the final boss and my meter is still at 0% for using that guy. And at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm the last guy. I'm going to kill him one shot. So how do I do this all of a sudden? And then I have to look through the tutorials to figure out how to power myself destructible. Because that's how I am with like magic and all that stuff. It's like, I want to save that stuff. I want to save all my
and I did that for the longest time. And then, sorry for interrupting. I did that for the longest time, but then I don't know if it was Final Fantasy 7, but it was some game where you save all the big items, and then I got to the end of the game because actually Barrett whatever, I'm putting my business out there. Barrett gets mad at me about this with Mech Warrior 5. But the thing I did, like I did all that stuff, I saved all my stuff, And I just like what the approach I take now is like, if I got that X potion and I'm in the shit and I need that X potion, I'm gonna use that X potion. So that's kind of like I you know, hey, I gotta make it tomorrow to work to worry about tomorrow, which is why I kind of feel like I need to start NieR from the beginning. So I'm thinking about that. But anyway.
And here I am. How did you beat the game? All my guys were level 99. I had 909 magic points at the end and 99 items of everything when the boss went down.
Yeah.
That's just me.
No, I like, hey, when the boss went down, I had a Phoenix down, a guard source, and like 1 ether.
You still did it though. I'll give you that there.
Oh yeah, like
My team could have lent you some stuff.
hey, bro, we got it done. All right. Hey,
Yeah.
like I said, C's get degrees, man. We got in there, we did what was necessary, we got out.
All right.
So
So
that's your problem.
Barrett. I think we're on Barrett now.
And how do I stop sharing dear?
Same button. There should be a stop sharing option.
There we go. All right, cool.
Oh, you're still sharing.
Yeah, no, it made me ask.
You have to unplug your computer.
Oh no. All right. I think I'm no longer sharing. Okay, cool.
Can y'all see again?
Here,
Yep, we can see.
All right. So this next one is Dead Island. And they have like a kind of sort of sequel, and then they had an official sequel, and then there was a spin-off thing, and it was all complicated. And I won't even talk about all the rest of that. I'll just say the first game. Why is this on here? It's on here because this is an example of a game that it reinvigorated my desire to play games. Like, I had been so just my patience worn thin by a lot of BS for several years straight. And so then, and also I had just kind of, there was trending in the game industry as well. Like things, it was moving, the emphasis was moving towards things that I didn't care about. You know, everyone's going to like online shooters, you know, it's Call of Duty and this and that or whatever. And great for those people. I don't care about any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So then I found this game, and it's not a perfect game, but it was the perfect game for me. I loved everything about this game. I played the hell out of it.
Really?
And even though they had the sequels, I actually found myself going back and playing this one instead of the sequels.
Now, wow, that's interesting. All right.
So is it like open world?
Yeah, so it's totally open world. You're on this island.
All right.
And you're basically off the coast of Australia. You know, you're in an island, a tropical island that was like like their kind of Hawaii, right? Like a big tourist trap place. And then basically there's a zombie apocalypse, and you don't know what's going on, and just trying to survive.
it's based on a real location. You're like, could you actually?
It is based on a real place that I have actually been to, but that was not why I liked.
Why? Yes, why? Tell me why. I really want to know why. I want to hear this.
Oh, why?
Yes.
Well, specifically, I like the gameplay. I like how it is open world. And I like that it's somewhat realistic.
But it's a zombie game. So are you just skillfully? Is that how this works? Or did they just not ignore that part? I guess
what do you mean?
Well, like you're being bit by zombies, so the zombies do damage to you, right?
Oh yeah.
Is there a chance that you
termed in this game? Like
that's what I want to get at. Okay.
And then it's
wow.
So it was meant to be a co-op game, but it's one of those rare ones where it actually plays perfectly fine as a single player. Unlike, a lot of the more popular ones like Left 4 Dead and all these other ones, right?
Cause this is the thing about this game. Like, and again, like, I've this is not a quality statement. It just again, like, that's why I said the why is important to me. Cause like, you remember when zombie games were a thing, but the thing that got me about this game, why I couldn't I played the game and I thought it was a very, very well-made game, whatever, and if somebody disagrees with me, my standards were low. What do I want to say? I don't know. I thought it was made well. The thing that killed me about it was that this game is melee focused, and you're melee fighting in the zombie game, and if zombies bite you, you turn into a zombie. And while I didn't play it that long, this seemed like the type of, because I played I played what's the one with the mall, Frank West, Dead Rising. Dead Rising.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So and that I enjoyed, but I didn't finish it. So but this one was just like this was this is like juicy zombie, like fluids and I mean, so I mean, but again, well made. But wow.
So is the goal for this, is it just to survive or is there actually an ending to this game?
I mean, there is an ending, and like there is a story that comes in, and I thought they did a good job of weaving in the story, like because it is one of those things that when I first started playing it, I was like, I don't know how they're even gonna make a story out of it, right? Because it seemed so like somewhat realistic. Obviously, it's at the time they couldn't make it that realistic, right? Because this game's from like I don't know 2007 or something.
But even to like, but that's always the fun thing about video games though, because like conceptually, like you can't do real, but simulacrum, I think is the word.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So they did the best they could, but I thought like with that kind of realistic approach, how are they going to do it? But they actually very cleverly weave into the gameplay again the story stuff. And so it does kind of build and you kind of get a hint that there is something going on. And then you can't stay on the island, but there is a way that you can take advantage of some things that happen over the course of the story to get off. Like there is a way off, basically. You could not find it. You could fail to find it, but there is.
So it has so you have multiple endings in this as well then.
Well, they don't treat the other things like endings. Like it treats it just like either you die or you just kind of run around forever on the island.
Okay, so there is like an end, but it's just like the death rattles change.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair though. That's cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, so this I put it on here because it'll stay with me forever because it came to me at the right time when like I wasn't interested in really anything that was coming out. And then I found this and I was like, you know what? I like this. And I got back into gaming. This one had a lot of mod support. So like there was a lot of extended life to it because of that. And I was playing on PC, so I could just easily add all this stuff. And so yeah, it'll just stay with me for that. And the gameplay. And then I realized also that I'm a fan of this type of thing. And so I played all the sequels and the spin-offs and all that. And
Nice. Okay, so Barrett, I have a question for you here.
Sure.
How much more time do you have?
I mean, let's see.
Yeah, I mean,
Gotta be
he could double up. We've all gone one.
I do like another half hour.
Yeah.
Okay, good, cool. I just want to make sure because here's what I was thinking is that why don't we because the next one I want to do, I want to make sure Barrett you could stick around for this next one.
Sure. Yeah.
And I mean we could squeeze you in again too if you're getting close to time. So
Yeah.
so let me go ahead and steal the spotlight now, Barrett, if that's cool.
All right. Yep.
Okay.
Also, we're still using Skype. Are you guys going to start doing this on Teams then?
We gotta figure that out.
Yeah, we're figuring it out still.
All right.
Like what is Zoom? We might, I don't know.
Well, I'll let y'all make that decision. Y'all just tell me whatever. That's wild though. They're like shutting down. Anyway, whatever. That's wild. Anyway.
What we'll do is I'll set up a FaceTime call and everybody can go and follow the link to it.
Okay, so the one that I want to get to, especially because this actually involves Barrett. As I probably discussed on this show before, is that I do like to travel. And I do like to see different parts of the world. And there was this one's going to be a twofer. Kind of like how Ben had multiple ones of Zelda. This is going to be the kind of same situation here. Because there was this one game that I haven't been to Japan in a while, but I felt like I had gone back to Japan playing this game. Ironic thing, it actually wasn't Japan. And this actually sparked a talk with Barrett. I don't remember this, Barrett, about Taiwan and the similarities between Taiwan and Japan. And just running down the streets, it just felt so natural. So that first game that I want to talk about is this game here, which is called Dusk Diver, which I think I've actually talked about when we did the indie episode of some like the best indie games.
That looks familiar.
Yeah, but this, and if you look behind you, you actually see Cold Stone, because what they did was they actually took a section of Taiwan, the creators, and went around and modeled it after that section of Taiwan and got some of the stores to agree to be in the game. But it's not really a game that's my style, because it's one of those big brawlers, like not as extreme as what was that one samurai game where you're taking on 50 million people at once and slamming them up in the air and doing all that kind of stuff.
Like Dynasty Warriors?
Yeah, kind of. Is it Dynasty Warriors?
Well,
I think
that's
that's of it. Yeah, it's kind of like
it's
that.
actually like
Ooh. But let me see if I can get to like some of the action here. I mean, it's not as heavy as that. It's also got that anime feel. So I know or I'm sorry, Alan, you're probably going to want to get this one.
I mean, it's okay. It looks. I mean,
Oh, dude, you know, we didn't. I don't know if we covered this or not, but I played this over your house.
actually, I may have spoken too soon. Let me put some stuff on.
This game is right up your alley, dude. But this is the first one, and then this kind of gave me a sample of what being in Taiwan would be, even though it's a little tiny sample. But I was fascinated to find a little bit more about Taiwan, especially talk with Barrett about it. Now I am going to switch up the games. I'll just leave this going. But another game that did the same thing is this game here, which I actually talked about as well, which is called Dreadout 2, which is the same thing where I get to see parts of how the world is, like how cities are built, how people interact and so forth. But this time, this game actually takes place in Indonesia. And I believe they kind of did the same thing where they took that section and kind of modeled it after that specific world. And this actually takes a lot of the folklore, like spirit folklore from Indonesia, and puts in the game to be kind of a creepy thing. Like I'll go back to where it gets kind of creepy, weird stuff, like trying to be Silent Hill stuff.
Oh gosh, I couldn't do horror games. Like I did. Oh gosh, they're good though. They're fantastic games. But
I mean, it's actually an interesting thing, and I've actually got I do have a friend in we don't want this ad. I've got a friend in Indonesia that I showed a picture and was kind of like translating some stuff on the walls and stuff for me. So it gave me a chance to kind of, learn another part of the world through gaming. So those are just a couple things that I'm never going to forget. They're just going to stick with me. You want me to go back to the cities? The cities just...
No. This is your moment. I am here on your goodness.
We're back to the city.
I am here in your program. I need to, it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not fine, but whatever. I guess if you want me to stop making noise, you should probably change back to that.
So there you go. So now you get to see kind of the feel of being in Indonesia, or you can get the feel of being in, well, this isn't Taiwan right now, but if I go back to the city, the kind of the feeling of being in Taiwan through video games.
That's like going and playing like Assassin's Creed and feeling like you've been to like Constantinople. And
well, for me, it was always anime. When I finally got to go to Japan, and you go and it's like, wait a minute, I've seen, like, did they really just like, because I went to this is so stupid, oh my gosh, but this is the truth. When I went to the Akihabara station and like the scramble, like it was like, all right, so that was still like, I'm so whatever. All right, that's what it is. That happened to me. So yeah. Anyway.
okay.
All right. So I'll go ahead and I'll stop sharing so we can go to whomever we want to do next.
Barry, you want to go?
I mean, geez, okay, yeah. If you want me to go again, when I share my next thing, I will say one comment on that category that Mike introduced. There's a game called Ghostwire Tokyo. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. Daisy, and they actually they gave you they recreated to the most minute details, not the entire city of Tokyo, but a huge section of it. And what I was playing, it was super weird because I lived in that area, and I went to university in that area. And so like I was walking through the game and I was like, oh wow, I took classes there. And then the most surreal moment was they had the apartment building and the apartment that I used to live.
Nice.
And you could go into all the buildings in that game, right? Like you could bust into like basically anywhere. Because it's like an apocalypse thing, right? And like everyone's been killed except your character, and like so you're the only
Hold on.
being.
I'm catching bits and pieces of this. Okay, so this game, they have the apartment building that you used to live in and your old apartment.
Yes. Yeah.
How accurate is the apartment?
Oh, it's dead on. It's exactly as I remember it.
Has the same furniture and stuff on the wall and shit?
Oh, but you had your stuff on the walls to go that.
The games were there.
See, play this. That's like, especially if it was like bedroom stuff.
And it's a picture of my mom and me.
That's like so. That's some. Well,
That's a TV I used to have.
that's like the horror movies where there's like the painting, and then at the end of the movie they like see the painting and then they become the painting and that's their fate. And like I can't stay in horror movies. I mean they're good, but I get scared.
What's the name of this game again, Barrett? I missed it.
Ghostwire.
Oh, so yeah, because like I looked at that and it seemed cool and I was like, but it's scary, but it looks good, but it's scary.
Oh, you gotta play too. Because also the gameplay is some of the best gameplay I've ever played.
That's because you do like yokai shit, right?
Oh yeah.
Ah,
It's so good. Like the gameplay is so rewarding, so amazing, it's so addictive. Like every single thing about that game is phenomenal.
And
that game is a Googleplex out of 10.
Yeah. From what and I don't know a lot about it, but like aesthetically it's cool. From when I actually saw like some promo stuff for that game and kind of a little stuff, I was like, wait, they're doing like they went there with it. So like, and
I actually picked up that game. Oh yeah, I picked up that game free on Epic Games. I haven't installed it yet and tried it, so thanks Brett for mentioning it. So I'll have to give it a go.
Dude, and you're gonna love it too because you've been to a lot of these places. Like you're gonna recognize them. You're gonna be walking through train stations and stuff, and you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I took subway there." Like it's wild.
Except I don't like Tokyo.
I know. This was when you were there, and
Sorry, I kept referencing like your mom. I'm sorry, dude. I'm completely lost on where this place was thing like located. Okay, that's still kind of crazy though to have like a place that you lived.
yeah,
That's
that.
like,
but it's Japan though, so I get it. But still,
I was using Microsoft Flight Simulator and I was trying to see if I could fly over my house.
Yeah. All right, so we got to let Barrett take control.
Okay, yeah. So this is the other one that I wanted to, officially share. And this one will always stay with me because as you can see right now, it's got a really bizarro aesthetic. But also,
it reminds me
it's like this game was crafted for me individually. Like this was my ultimate game.
What?
Did you hear what Alan just said?
Why?
It looks like Control.
It is Control.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, my bad. I thought that everyone knew.
Okay.
Oh, because all right. Yeah, this is the game.
I don't remember. I don't listen to look at. I don't remember Control be looking this good. It looked good. It did look good.
Yeah. I mean, I think this person's also captured from console, so it on PC it looks even better than this. But anyway, like it's so it will always stay with me because it was weird and it has this creepy aesthetic, but also just because it is my end all be all. I love every single aspect of this game. Like it's weird. It's like they somehow knew and they peered inside my brain and they're like, they made everything I could have ever wanted in a game.
Is this like the PS? Because I feel like, I mean, maybe it did look this good. I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe I'm just getting old or whatever. Because I feel like because I think I played it a little bit on PS4, but
oh yeah, it would not have performed well on PS4. Like this is not
okay. Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. Because I played Control. It was okay. Like I didn't finish it, but actually the one thing I will say, and I will say this, so I guess this is like computer or whatever. But if I had played Control, and it looked like this, and maybe I'm wrong and I'm just old or something like that. But if I had played Control and it looked like this, I would have felt differently about this game. And I probably still wouldn't finish it because it still was scared the bejesus out of me. But
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, dude. This game gets
Well, no.
so freaky.
Yeah, this is
I know I'm familiar. No, I'm familiar with the game, and I know how freaky it gets. I know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So it's like, so kind of like, man, it's just weird to me because it's like, because, you know, we always remember things differently. But like, I mean, it's not like I thought the graphics on Control were bad, but this is one of the rare situations where like there's a noticeable difference for me. And I don't know if that's really me or if it's just me, because I do not remember looking this good. So.
See, this game is just epic, and I wish I could have been at the table when they're deciding what to do, because I could see them like, all right, we're making a game. What do we need? All right, let's make it X-Men, but let's put guns, and the story needs to be Twin Peaks, but we need a Silent Hill feel to it as well. Too, it's just there's so much that this covers.
That's
crazy.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I can't believe I
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's poetic right there, man.
I mean, it's like I remember like I'm like, okay, I'm flying at an enemy, throwing a table at them, then gunning them down. I mean, you don't see that in these in games. You don't have that many things covered.
Yeah, and they did it pretty well. Like, you know, like I'm not very good at games, but like this one, like I owned it. Like it had the right controls, everything fell into place, and yeah.
Interesting.
The only thing that I don't feel comfortable with, and it's showing it right now, is that this game does that kind of like realistic video on top of graphic stuff.
He has the escape. So yeah, he is playing on the computer. Okay. Man.
Yeah. And that just
does not look like this on PS4. Anyway.
That design thing didn't kind of work for me, but the game was so good, it's like I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll just keep rolling with it, because you get that realistic look to the people, and you're used to how video game characters look, and it's just kind of unsettling because you're used to the whole cutesy type of thing, and then you're looking at people who are just normal.
Is the video describing a power-up that you're getting, or is it just something weird or randomly at this point?
So, yeah, that one, it's hard to explain without going into the whole story of the game.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm saying, like, okay, so but it's you don't get an ability. I guess, do you get an ability related to that video? I guess is the question I'll ask.
Not that one specifically, no.
But other ones?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
So yeah, that's all I have to say about this.
Interesting. Right.
Awesome game.
Yeah, I saw the dead letters in the beginning of it, and I guess that was maybe who had just ever made this. And then I'm just like, wait a minute, what is dead letters? And then it's like, well, no, wait, this is Control. So that was like the journey I was having.
Okay.
Because I thought it was something else, and then it's like, wait, this is Control, but it looks different. So anyway, so okay, yeah, no, looks really good though. Dang, interesting.
All right, Ben or Alan, who wants to go?
I keep bringing you guys back to the past here.
That's fine.
That's fair.
Gonna bring you back to the past. They talk about Mike's favorite YouTuber of all time, the angry video game nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that?
Yeah. That
Look-
guy.
Make you watch his movie.
You can that'll be a Ben does it, so Mike doesn't have to.
Another one that stays with me, we talk about this one a lot, Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest, for the original Nintendo Entertainment System.
Where's the video?
Yeah.
Come on, let's get this video. This one's a classic. Best Castlevania ever.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
But this one here, like, it changes like how Castlevania was played, where it's still with the whip and everything, but here it's kind of like some RPG elements where you have to go and power your whip up, and you have to pay for everything, and everything you pay with it with hearts. Where in the last game the hearts were used, when the first game the hearts were of course used for how.
So is this the first
weapon?
So is this the first Castlevania game where they like let you like upgrade stuff?
I mean, you can upgrade your whip a little bit in the first game, but yeah, this is like the first one where you
because Symphony of Night was the one for me, and that game was like, oh, maybe I should have said that. Anyway, well, no,
Symphony of Night is where I was going to lead up to, where they continued on the evolution of it.
So I'm just gonna shut up then. That's what I'm gonna do.
But it's with Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and here this is full blown RPG where like you're literally like you could upgrade your weapons. I just saw the screen here. It is. Oh, there it is. Yeah, these type of screens come up where you can go and like you have an inventory and we just got these people hold all this stuff. They never explain how anybody can hold all this stuff on them and be able to fight.
And they don't need to answer that question because I need my green herbs. Dang it!
At least with Resident Evil, they kind of explain it a little bit.
Not in this.
But here,
That
like,
attaché case of 4 was boss though. But yeah, like from early Resident Evil games, no, this is all you get.
yeah, like, but some of these games is like, oh, you have $1 million in gold coins, and you also have like all these weapons on you.
Yes, because I want to be prepared because there's horrible stuff here. So why would I not walk around with an armory on my person? That makes perfect sense.
I think the one thing that doesn't get discussed in Castlevania 2 enough is the day and night schedule, because I mean that was so way ahead of its time to actually have the game timed on a day and night schedule that made significant differences in what you would encounter and what you could do.
You got
And
your first enemy that you face when the time changes, if you don't change screens, has whatever the old rules were. But if you're lucky, you can get it when it first changes the night. You'll get the payout for the night enemy, which is usually double.
Wait, so this game has a day-night cycle. Is it like on a timer thing, or do your actions in game affect it all? It's just as long as
it's not a timer. It's like every 6 minutes.
Okay. Oh, every 6 minutes. Okay,
so something like that. I don't know the exact number, but every
okay, so you're playing this game to go. Now, I have 2 questions about that. Number one is that this thing that you just talked about, is this on the first day-night schedule, or do you just have to catch them on a day?
Well, see, like if you're on this screen right here, and say it would have switched over to day, the enemy you're fighting would still fall the few rolls, or it would take 4 slices, 4 times to get.
Well, you said this screen. Am I seeing a screen? Am I the only one that's not seeing the screen?
it's not sharing yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sharing it?
No.
I'm sorry, dude. I thought I was sharing this entire time. Oh, my bad.
No, it's fine. I mean, if anything, you've built up my anticipation.
Okay, so yeah, so this is just.
Oh, there it is, the beauty. Okay, I love it.
So like so this is in one of the. Hold on, like let me find another spot here. Let's say here. Okay, that's in the temple. That doesn't help. That's in the town. That doesn't help. Okay, say like you were here, and it's daytime now, and it switches over to night.
Oh, it's daytime. This is horrible. What does that look
I'm
like?
just saying. And for example,
No. I'm not talking bad about it. I'm just saying if I'm playing a game and this is day, I'm in a horrible situation.
No, you're underground right now.
yeah, you're on the ground. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
But see, like, say you're about to tell.
I mean, this is a horrible situation, though.
Okay, when nighttime happens, all the enemies get double as strong, but the payoffs also become double. So instead of getting 1 heart, you'd get 2 hearts type of shit, right?
Okay. Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so say like you're about to attack this guy, and say that guy came down and it just turned over to night. Instead of taking 2 hits, it would only take 1 hit to kill him because he's the first one you encounter when the time changes. But after that, all the new ones follow the new.
Wait a moment. So is it that enemy specifically, or is it the first enemy?
I think it's a glitch in the game.
No. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. So what you're telling me is that the first enemy you fight when the night changes in this game is weaker.
Yes, but also goes the other way. So if you're at nighttime and you face an enemy and it just turned to day, he would still be as strong as right here. What'll go there? If I have a curse. So the first enemy he attacks is going to be on daytime strength, but he'll get the night. See that one kill, and he killed that one with 1. But watch, maybe on the next screen they'll get stronger.
Yeah, so that's cool. That's cool thematically, right? So the idea is that if it's day and then it turns to night, the first enemy you fight's weaker.
Yeah, but then everybody else after that, they're on full strength.
Yeah, it's normal.
This guy must have a good whip because he's beating everybody here at once.
But you should see now.
But right now in the beginning.
Now, so and then the other ones, and they get stronger at night, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So when you're in one of the mansions, time stands still. So what you could do is you can go and find yourself an easy mansion and just wait the night out.
Yeah, but
that's also a great place to build up money.
No, but you said, but you said when you go on a, wait a minute, you said when you go on a mansion, time stands still. So how can you wait the night out if time stands still when you're inside of a mansion?
Thank you, Alan. You just caught me. I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah.
If it's a great way to grind, though, you can go into a mansion, go into an easy mansion, and there's certain enemies, like the bouncing gargoyles. They'll give you like these gigantic hearts that are worth like 5 hearts or something. So
Okay.
I go hunting
Okay.
them.
Yeah, like I'm just genuinely engaging. I'm not even trying to be like pedantic. Right?
I don't know why I did it that way.
So yeah, but I'm just.
I'm glad you caught me and not the comment section.
Okay.
You would have been easy to catch you next, Ben, because I know this game inside and out.
Okay. But that is, but for the record though, like that is because the day night thing, I think is pretty because the way I imagine it is that it's like, so if it's daytime and you're going to night, since like the monsters get stronger at night, but since you caught that first one on the transition, you get them, and then with the
It sucks. Like it sucks if it's like if it changes from night into day and there's a guy got you cornered and you're like,
yeah.
shit, but I gotta fight this guy.
I like that because it's like it's an interesting, it's a very, very like subdued, and this kind of goes back to why Nintendo is awesome. It's a very, very subdued form of environmental storytelling, right? Because like the way the world works, like, yeah. So anyway,
This is one of the first games and it might actually be the first game, but I know it's not. I'm sure there's one that did this beforehand where they introduced this type of time again.
Yeah. That's really cool. I love it. I love it when games do stuff like that.
And then, of course, this is like a precursor to this game, Symphony at Night, which is doesn't have the time mechanic, but it has more. But does it?
It does have a time mechanic.
Oh,
It does, because you can get you check the Sunstone and the Moonstone. It's all based off of the amount of hours played the game.
Oh, okay. Really? So
Is it harder at night?
It's not harder at night. Basically on this one, what it does is during the daytime, the Sunstone will boost all your stats, and at night it's the Moonstone, and you have to figure out what based off of how many hours you played, whether it's day or night, based off of if those boost the stats or not. It's nothing major. So it does help to know that.
Well, I guess that's sort of the same thing, though. Yeah, because like you do have a timing mechanic there, but I guess in this one, the timing mechanic attaches to a specific item. So an argument could be made about whether I think an argument can be made about whether it's the same thing, because there's a time mechanic, but that time mechanic, from what it sounds like, only affects one specific item.
Exactly.
Okay.
And if you look up my playlist, okay, go ahead. Never mind.
I wanted to say, I will say, I roll with Nocturne in the Moonlight instead of Symphony of the Night, which is a Saturn version of Symphony of the Night. That's the reason why is there's problems with it. It's graphically,
oh my god, I didn't know the game existed.
Yeah, but it's got 2 added areas, as well as the ability to play both Richter and Maria out the door. And Maria is the absolute best Castlevania character that's ever existed.
So wait, is the game? So you say the change, but is it like a different setting or something like that?
No, it's the same game except they added a couple new areas.
So you telling me there is a wait? Hold on. What you were telling me is that there is a Saturn version of Symphony of the Night that exists, but there are alternate characters. That's what you were telling me.
Yep, it's got it's got Richter and ability to play Richter and Maria.
Those are alternate characters.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Now, do they have their own separate game thing, or do they play through the normal stuff like Alucard?
They play through the normal stuff, but they play in their style.
Well, are the enemies the same?
They're fighting the same enemies, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
we're alternate characters. Yeah, it's amazing.
But Maria, the reason why Maria is so good, and there she is, she has a invincibility stuff that she can just run through things and damage them while she runs through it.
Man, I love Saturn, man. Gosh, it's horrible, but what happened to it? But it's my favorite game system. That's amazing. I did not know that.
Do a triple jump. Look at this. You
Yeah.
got slide.
That is, I'm still tripping. See, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know. I'm a grown ass man, and I did not have that information. That is a big change.
Not just that, is you got 2 new areas of the castle to explore that are the PlayStation version.
Yeah, no, Symphony of the Night is just blue. I was lucky because I talk about a lot of the stuff that I missed. I was lucky that one of my homies had it, and I just got to play it hanging over his house one time. I stayed over his house and we just kind of got down with it. I think I may even borrow it from him. So it was like that's how I always had to catch stuff. But because I had it's like, oh man, that's amazing. Sorry. Anyway.
It's okay. All good.
All right. I mean, like, shit, y'all invited me. Y'all know what this was. Anyway, but no. But no. Hopefully, I'm not. Like, legitimately. Hopefully, I'm not interrupting you guys too much. But I mean, I'm here.
Don't forget, I have this game. So when you get to come by on duty, it's that.
I hate when you're right. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But I'm a man of culture.
I'm opening up new doors. Come on.
No, I'm not. I just said like I said, you're right. I hate it. That's all. That's all. Sorry. Well, whatever. Y'all invited me. I'm gonna stop apologizing. But no, this is amazing. This is really cool. I had no idea about this. So
You didn't know that you could play as Maria?
I didn't know there was a Saturn version of Symphony of the Night. Like, and that you could play as Maria. So yeah, I didn't know I didn't have either one of those pieces of information. So yeah,
and don't forget you can also play as Richter at the beginning.
Yes, shoot. Yeah, that's awesome too. Yeah, I mean, no, it's equally awesome. Yes. No, Saturday is. What?
Remember, it's a standard Belmont play that of a character that looks like Ryu that also has a Shenlong in the Durham.
Yeah. No, like that is my jam. So I will. Yeah. Like no, because like the Saturn is like one of my favorite gaming system, and especially like again when I talk about how like I exposed like because I was primarily console gamer, so the Saturn for me was a vector for a lot of cool stuff, and I just liked the way it played stuff because I remember I got like I had forgotten about that one. Yes, okay, cool, but I'll make that my. I'm still gonna do my next one, but if I get to go do another one, I'll talk about the. Oh, I completely forgot about time. Okay. If we have time.
I don't care if this episode's 3 hours long. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Yeah. So, but because I have to say my next one, but then after that, I'm going to go back. Thanks. I have. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Great. All right, cool. Now I got to find that. All right.
Okay.
All right. So you got anything else to add with it, Ben?
Nope. Just gonna stop sharing.
So I want to check with Barrett. How are you doing on time?
I mean, I gotta go pretty soon. Yeah.
All right. So do you want to do? I mean, I'd love to get another Barrett one in personally. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, absolutely.
All right. Let's pick this one. All right. I'm gonna pick this one. All right. So here's all. This is Mech Warrior 2.
I forgot about this, but I'm glad that you remembered.
And
God.
this is a huge deal. This will stay with me forever because it was an early gaming experience for me on computer, as opposed to console. And I'd had some DOS games, but the thing is, most of the DOS games,
Oh God,
it's just like console games, right? Like they were side scrollers, and like they weren't really like much different from what I play on Nintendo or Genesis or whatever, right? But then this came along, and this was like a whole new world.
Oh, and the training! Oh my God, that was so hardcore. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I loved it. And
totally
also,
agree
it
with
would
you.
stay with me because it set my love for mech stuff.
Oh,
When I was younger, I liked some mech stuff. Like I like Gundam and stuff a little bit, but I never got like that into the Japanese mech stuff. But then I played Mech Warrior, and I was like, oh, okay, this is the stompy kind of stuff that I like. The more technical, more slow. Like it's supposed to be more of a simulation than, like, say, Armored Core or something like that.
well, like Armored Core is like twitchy and especially with and this is the lament of every Mech Warrior 2 lover. Like tactically, you're in a 75-ton killing machine. Like the way you interact with the world and the way battle works differently. And I feel like a lot of the one thing I will admit, because we've talked a lot about this, but the one thing I will admit about when we talk about Mech Warrior and how the different games change is I felt like, oh God, sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. That's all I have to say about it.
So a question for you, Barrett. What about the MechWarrior 2 PlayStation version? How is that fair compared to this? That's because I haven't played it either, really.
Yeah. So I only briefly in a store once played the MechWarrior PlayStation one, and also it's just weird that they had that game at a store kiosk, you know, because it was kind of a niche game, right?
Yeah.
Like you think it'd be like Crash Bandicoot or or something, right? But for whatever reason, this particular store had the PlayStation MechWarrior one. I played it, and I just don't think it works.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I had a similar experience with SimCity 2000 because again, I was primarily a console gamer, so like most of the stuff I played, so like I used to hate it because they'd make these like PlayStation ports of like or whatever ports of computer games. Because I think I played SimCity 2000 on Super Nintendo. I still played it though because I really love SimCity, but they were just not the same.
Yeah, and for this, it's mainly because the controls. Like it benefits from having a mouse and a keyboard a lot. Like playing on a controller was just brutal for this.
Oh, and then the freaking legs, freaking legs. Oh my gosh. So, man, I'm ashamed that I forgot about this. Anyway, goodness.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I have to say about it.
All right. Yeah, I have there's a story about me in this game, like because I had to get my uncle's computer working right to play it, and had to. Oh my god! Oh god! Sorry, I'm having almost either. Change your life. Anyway, sorry. All right. Anyway.
All right. Alan, I believe.
Okay, it's me. Okay, so fantastic. Fantastic choice for it. All right, so this is again, I'll do my I mean, whatever. Like again, like it's kind of funny because it's like, because like stereotypically, like you have those moments where you sit down. Let me at least get the video playing because then this will work. I think there's two. So let me just do this because then I'll just lead into it, and then at least I can be going through it. So, all right. So you'll be able to see what it is pretty much immediately, but I'll just go ahead and talk about it. So, there we go. So
it's a Nintendo Switch. Every game on there.
Yeah. So obviously we got Ness and Super Smash Brothers, who was my favorite character. And when I first played Super Smash Brothers for 64 and GameCube, I love that they had Ness in here, and I started playing him immediately because I knew exactly who he was. And the fact that he got into this game was the coolest shit ever. Because one of my favorite games of all time is Earthbound, right? And so this may very well be the first RPG that I played, and it's one of those things to where it's like, because kind of with me being into Japanese anime stuff and stuff like that, like sometimes it's kind of like, a little bit embarrassing. I guess it's like whatever. It's like, you're like, magical girl stuff, but the story, stuff like that. And like, I'm not hating on magical girls. It's not really my thing, but there are good implementations of it. But but there's all this stuff. So the thing about this game was that I was exposed to this game when I was in junior high school, and I actually didn't own this game. I didn't actually own it till you know what? No, well, no, I'm not gonna say that. But when I first I played this game, I finally got to play this game later in my teens another way. But what I used to do in junior high was I'd rent it from the grocery store down the street from the apartment complex. I lived in the projects, whatever. I lived in the projects, what it is. All right. So I'd go there and I'd rent this game. And it's funny because like you got me, like little old, nerdy me in the projects, and this is the game that I'm playing. And it was just something about the charm of it. Like, because like you're like this kid and stuff like that. And also just like because the thing is about the game, like when you look at the attacks, you never actually fully attack. This is fully a narrative driven game. And it was just the design of it, how they conveyed all the stuff with it. It's such a descriptive game, right? And you just go, and it's just this weird thing, but it's not like, it's very much like almost like, I guess, kind of like the hero's journey. Like he goes, he leaves, and like it's like you talk about, like one of the things you talk about is that like we were joking about having all the items on you, like when you're when you're going through this game, right? So yeah, you're this kid and you leave home, like you fight the police chief, and it's just I just loved everything about this game. I love the story. I love the design of it. I love the narrative stuff. And it just opened, like, one of the things about me as a kid is that I played video games with my friends, but it was always like sports games. Like, the only reason I know how to play Madden is because all of my friends played, like, we played sports games and we played like Mortal Kombat and fighting games, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, like NBA Live and Golden. I used to kick everybody's ass at Golden now, but that's another story for another time. But this was kind of for me, like, yeah, this was for me, like, I knew I liked video games. I played Mario and stuff like this, but for me, and again, it's embarrassing to say this because it's Earthbound, but actually, no, it's not. Well, it's embarrassing to say this out loud, but Earthbound is awesome, and no slander about Earthbound shall be tolerated. But anyway, but it was kind of one of the first games for me that kind of let me think that games could be something different. I mean, I guess I play Legend of Zelda, so Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past is just another one that's just iconic. But even with that, so this was still something different. And I just loved it. I played this because, like, the first few RPGs I played were Earthbound, even though I didn't realize it was an RPG. Super Mario RPG, which I bought because or my mom bought because I wanted a 64, but I didn't have a 64 yet because I usually have to wait a year or two to get the consoles. And this was a 3D Mario, so I figured if I couldn't get Mario 64, I would buy Super Mario RPG because it was at least 3D, and it was not Super Mario 64. I guess, honestly, this is fine because I can just get all three of these out the way if I talk about it. Actually, let me just go ahead and change this video too. We don't need to look at the Switch. Let me go ahead and say, I'll just do this one. It's like a long play or something like that. There we go. Okay. Can you guys see the next video now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So, but yeah, it was one of the first games that really kind of told me, that really was like, oh, is this like a lo-fi thing after it? Oh no. All right. Well, maybe I messed up. All right.
That's what we got a good video of it.
Yeah, we got to get on. Yeah, you guys got a good video. I'll just stop sharing. Or I'll go back to. I'll just replay the first one. That's what I'll do. We'll just keep it with the Switch. But anyway, to move quickly on. It was one of the first games that really, like, let me think about games differently. And so, I think about RPGs like the narrative form games. I used to just beat games in the weekend. So then I played Super Mario RPG, and that was just a fun game. Then I played Final Fantasy VII because I'm a Final Fantasy VII guy, and this you talk about games that make you feel a certain way and stuff like that. So, but Earthbound for me was really the genesis of that. But I knew what it was because a lot of stuff I go back to, and it's like I didn't realize like Transformers was anime until I got older because it was just whatever came on TV, or like Dragon Ball Z. So it's just a charming game. It was fun. I love the mechanics, very visually descriptive, and it just brims with imagination. And I really, really enjoy that. So I think that is my second game that I will talk about. And then
And that's a good game. And I just played it recently for the first time. I've been putting it off for a long time because I knew about it in the Super NES days.
Yeah.
And I get what you mean with that the style of it when you get into the cities and stuff, it just feels like a natural cartoon city, and it does it so well.
Yeah, I couldn't even explain, and then it was like, and then I'm talking to my friends and trying to explain them, like, well, it's kind of like this, or it's kind of like, it was a different thing, and I loved every minute of it. It's one of my favorite games.
All right, so I'm gonna hop in. We try to speed this up a bit because I got a lot more to do.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, Alan, I hate you because you keep changing what I'm gonna do next.
It's like, yeah. See, it's like this thing got real now, right?
Because you went with like your first RPG. I was gonna put this at the last of my list. I'm gonna go with this game, which was my first RPG.
Don't say
sort of my first RPG.
Bring him out. What is this?
And that would be Ultima Exodus or Ultima 3 Exodus back on Nintendo. This game is the game that totally just changed my life because I knew the basic stuff about RPGs. I played like a text-driven RPG on Apple II. But this was just like a whole new world where I've got this party. I was very big into medieval stuff back in that day. And I've got this party that I'm forming and going out into the world and going on this big, massive adventure and having to track all these stats and how these characters are developing. I was so blown away by this game way back in the day. Nowadays, I'll be honest, would I play it? I wouldn't. I feel how
it hit you like crack back in the day, though.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, this changed the direction of gaming for me in a massive way. Um, this is also the game that really developed, for those that listen, the mix and mic sticks. This was the first game that I found a strategy for how to earn money in this game, because this game's like next to impossible to earn money on. So that's actually one game
This
that
is
I
where it
wanna-
started. This is this right here. This is what hurt you. I get it now. I understand.
this is the development of Mike, right? Yeah, what you're at. So when I get a chance, I actually want to do a mix and mic ticks about this one, even though I know like nobody plays it today. But to get out what at like, I guess I was probably 10 years old, how I cracked this game.
And felt good about yourself too, boy. Just
darn right. And I've seen nobody talk about the way that I did it, and it's the best way to do it. So it's very archaic at this point. But it's still, there's a lot of love for it. So there you go. Now, Alan, you know the RPG that all started it for me.
yeah. No, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense now.
All right, who wants to go next?
I guess.
Sorry, I got any more, or you gotta go?
Yeah. Oh, you got to go. Dang it. All right. Well, yeah, we got 3 out of them though, so that was what's up. All right, did we get 3, or am I tripping? I think we got 3.
Yeah, I think we got 3 out of him.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool, man.
All right. Thanks a lot, Barrett, for coming on.
Yeah. Take care, everyone.
All right, later.
Later, Bush.
Oh man, dang.
All right, Ben or Alan?
Hello.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, go for it.
It's Sonic the Hedgehog. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. I got this game with my Sega Genesis, and I just remember playing it like over and over and over again. And even like two, this is considered to be
Well, this is
one. What's
Oh,
that?
never mind. Well, I was gonna say this is looks like Sonic 2, but
No, it's Sonic one. It came with my, like I said, it came with my Genesis, and for a while this was like the only Genesis.
yeah, you're right. It is Sonic 1. I made a mistake. Yeah, I saw that. Yep, this is Sonic
Yep.
1. Yep. Sonic.
You know, when you do this long enough, Alan, you will learn one of the rules that is when to step back when someone else is talking.
Like I said, well, listen,
You're new at this. You're new at this.
I'm not doing this. I'm here because I was asked to be here. So if I need to cut down on, not even no bullshit. Like I am trying to ask, so if I am interrupting you, I will back off. So like I said, tell me. Otherwise, I'm just going here and talk and be me, man. Now, but I'm not. But if I am doing that, I'll shut up now.
No, the best thing you could do is listen back afterwards, and you'll be like, "Oh, I shouldn't be talking right now," and that'll be your lesson. Because that's what I did when I first started doing podcasting. I did exactly what you did. I got to go and I got to jump in, and I got to say this, and I got to say that, and then I listen back. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. I should learn to okay, and it really is listening back.
Well,
It's like anything else. You don't watch tape, you listen to tape.
Let me put it to you in a real simple way. And honestly, this is just because this is how I like to communicate.
Yeah.
I was asked to be here to come and talk about stuff and have a normal conversation. Now, this is something that you guys doing seriously. I'm just here having fun.
Oh no, I get it, dude. I'm not trying to
So like, no, I'm no.
I went through the same thing where
It's like I don't like. I mean, I care about you guys as doing stuff, but I'm just having fun after a hard night work, man. That's all I'm trying.
Dude, trust me, I'm doing the same thing. I'm trying to unwind too. It's like this is
So
fun time where I actually get to talk about.
I'll shut up now. I'm sorry.
Well, let me finish this here, because I need to interject. Let me just finish by saying, since I'm the middleman in this situation, simply round 1. All right, back to Sonic.
Well, like I said, it changed the way because of like all the colors, and this was like during the time when they were like blast processing and how fast Sonic was compared to like Super Mario Brothers. And I actually wanted the Super Nintendo, but I ended up with the Sega Genesis. So like I said, I ended up just playing Sonic over and over and over again. These special missions the special stages were like my favorite things to try to get to and beat. And I eventually beat the living daylights out of this game. I even got like the debug code and stuff. But that's it. There's not much to Sonic other than the fact like it caused an entire franchise and it's still around to this day. And now there's a movie about it.
Dream, if you would have gone, sorry, if you would have gone Super Nintendo rather than Sega Genesis, what would you have gotten for Super Nintendo instead?
I'd probably be playing. I would probably have been playing Super Mario World instead.
Masterpiece.
Yeah. I'd also play like Legend of Zelda for Super Nintendo or like Metroid, Super Metroid. Stuff like that.
Masterpiece.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm shocked. Like if you look at my playlist, I'm cutting stuff out because also my energy level's starting to go down because it's you guys on the West Coast. You know, it's almost 1:00 here, so
Yeah. Yeah, I know we got through, and we also still have to do the save you money too.
Maybe, yeah. And if you guys are winding down, then maybe you should go ahead and get that in.
yeah, because normally we're done by now. Yeah, we're this is a longer than usual episode. I've been letting people go because it's kind of like nice to have an episode where I could just kind of like sit back and let somebody else talk. So
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do kind of like a speed round if that's cool. Because I still do have quite a bit, but I'm just going to show. I'm not going to talk much about him.
if that's beaten this Dr. Robotnik stage. I've beaten this guy so many times on this one stage. I speed ran the first level of Sonic the Hedgehog. So, all right.
Okay. So I'm pulling up everything I have now. I'm just going to throw it out as quick as I can, if that's cool.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Let me, okay, perfect. So we're going to start with, I'm going to start with a game that I kind of wish Matt was here for because he and I got so blown away. This is a game you can play like once every 5 years. It's a game called D. It was back when full motion movies were supposed to be the big thing with gaming. It's a one play sit through type of thing, but it's just such a trippy, weird game that's got its own feel to it, and it's worth like just experiencing. Now, also on that light, another game that's very similar to it that it just blew me away that I'll never forget would be D2, which not many people know about, which is the sequel to D, that changed a lot of it up. As you can see, it's got this time you're dealing with a lot of shooting and action. And it's still got that trippy vibe to it where I remember there's one line where a character says, because she had to kill a clone of herself, says, I never thought I'd have to walk over my own dead body before, which is it's a great line. This plays a lot like D, but it also branches out into more of an adventure. Another game that you guys got to know I love is this game right here, Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. So much that I will say there's nothing else worth playing in the Legacy of Kain series except for this game, because this game has ruined movies, books. This is probably the best story I have ever encountered in my life packed into this game. It's very much Legend of Zelda style, with a very dark twist to it. The next couple ones I want to go over. It's the next two are very much just a kind of like a one play adventure game that isn't something to go back to, but the actual experience is just absolutely memorable. So the first one is a game called Journey. Whoops, and I just made it big. Didn't want to do that. If you haven't played Journey, which Ben, have you played Journey, Ben?
I've heard of it.
Okay, so when you come out here, this is a game that I do want to put you through because this is also a sit down and play one time all the way through quickly. It can be beaten like an hour and a half, but it is something that you'll like never forget playing. Now, some people do blow it out of proportion and say, "Oh, I cried when it was over." I think that's taking a little too far, but it's worth the experience of going through at least once. Another game just like it that I just got through recently is this game called Gris, which there's a couple games kind of in this series, kind of like there's Gris and there's Neva. But Gris is just a visual like masterpiece just to take in. It's very overwhelming, and also with the music. It's not something that's difficult. It's not something that you're going to keep losing your life on or anything like that. It's kind of like a walking simulator, with some light puzzles here and there. But just the way it's put together and the style that it's done, it's what I would call artwork in a video game. And then here, I'll just jump for a little ahead so you can kind of see a little bit more of it really quick. Before I go to the last game that I wanted to talk about, which is actually interesting because the last game is memorable for a good reason.
No, I hit was that. No, I just did something down. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. I think you just killed my.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I actually,
okay.
Sorry, I literally was fooling around trying to see if I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay. So, so the last one I want to do is memorable for. It's a good game, but it's memorable for a bad reason. And that would be this game right here, which is Bionic Commando. I do love the game Bionic Commando, but what really sticks out at me is the fact that you have that bionic hook, which is awesome, an awesome idea. But because of that, you lose the ability to jump. And that really makes this more frustrating. I'll play this game. I play this game all the way through multiple times, but it's that bionic arm that just makes this game so difficult to maneuver because you're so used to how games usually play. And that's one of the things that irritate the heck out of me with this game. So that's everything that I wanted to cover. So if you guys have anything else you want to add as a speed round, let me know, and take the mic.
You guys want another one for me?
Sure, I'm fine with it. Ben, how are you doing?
Sure. Okay. Let me find this for a second. Make sure I got that. I think this is the right video. Yeah. Oh well, actually, hold on. I'm just trying to do the freaking. I guess it knows. Okay, there we go. Just trying to get it to stop. Okay. Let me go ahead and share this. So again, in continuing with my trend of anime inspired stuff, like I mentioned before, like I responded to with like the Symphony and Night thing, which I didn't know about. One of my favorite systems was the Sega Saturn. And so one of my games that I thought was really cool was Burning Rangers for the Sega Saturn. And so basically the idea of, let me just speak to some of the gameplay because it kind of looks what it is. Oh, and they had like the big, and they one of the
This is like share, by the way, Alan.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Crap. All right. Thank you. I am having all sorts of technical difficulties today. All right. Oh, there. I got to hit I did the thing here. Okay. Is it sharing now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool. All right. So one of the characters in Burning Rangers, it's your space firefighters, and one of the characters is a comically large black guy. But that was just like, it's not like I was like I identified with him or anything like that. But I just thought it was a cool game. It's kind of a tight game too, because I think one of the things I talked with Barrett about was it's kind of like the arcade nature of some of Sega games and how that kind of contributed to the death of Sega. That's a whole other thing. But it's another game where it was just so different from what I had played before. And like I said, you're a space firefighter, so you're going around here putting out fires. And if you do it fast enough, you have like a little fire extinguisher gun, and you have a jetpack, and you can fly around. And again, the graphics are all fully dated. But one of the things I find cool about the early like Sega Saturn and PlayStation era is that this is when we did. There goes the black guy right there. Yeah, him. So that the just the mechanics, right, and that it was 3D and it was in space, and like I said, it was just, I was like, okay, yeah, so it was a super fun game. Let's see if I move forward to, I think this is like a long play or something, so if I can find like any fire, there we go. I think that's gonna try to give me another commercial. Anyway, all right, so so if it doesn't come up, but yeah, it was just a really cool game. It's one of my favorite games, and yeah, you would just go around and you'd have like the percentage and you'd find the fire. Yeah, you could flip, you have to walk and do like evades and stuff. You get crystals for putting out the fire. So it had like a little mechanic. It was like a first person shooter, but you were shooting fire and you were a firefighter. So it's just a super fun game. Really loved it. And again, just kind of another one of those games where the mechanic and the concept of it really kind of like grabbed me and got me with it. So cool. All right, I think I can stop with that. If I can get my Skype menu now. Stop sharing. There we go. Cool. All right.
Okay. Ben, do you have any last ones you want to do?
No, I'm kind of good. I think it's time that we wrap it up.
Okay, so I'm going to go through the saving money as quick as possible here. So sorry about it. If you've been waiting for it for a while, it's finally here, but I'm sure we'll cut it out anyway. So Ben, if it helps you, 1 hour and 49 minutes, if you need to get to this quickly. So let me share my screen. We're going to go through this as quick as possible. No jingle this time because we have to rush through this. Okay, so we're going to start with Epic Games. Free on Epic Games this week. The mysteries have been solved. First one is Cat Quest.
Oh
which,
God.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, Ben, because I'm going to turn around and say this game is purely epic. I played Cat Quest 1, 2, and 3. I'm not even kidding. These games are outstanding. So this is what I feel like Secret of Mana should have been in the action style. So I really, this is one of those I recommend picking up if you're into action RPGs, even though it's kind of a weird theme to it. Also free on Epic Games is Neko Goes Jump, which is a speedrunner platformer type game. But what's interesting, this is actually an early access. So, and I haven't seen Epic Games really do a free early access game before. It's, as you can see, switches between 2D and 3D. I tried it out, but I'm not really a platform speedrunner person, so I didn't stick with it too long. But if that's your thing, go for it. Next up on Prime Games, we've got Session Skate Sim. So basically, skate and grind, and skate and grind. Skate, grind. Pick up Session Skate Sim if you miss Tony Hawk. Also on Prime Gaming that's free, The Forgotten City, which is like a role-playing action game. Looks like it might be possibly open world, who knows. But if it's something that looks fancy to you, if that's your theme too, go pick it up. Also, Let's Build a Zoo. So if you want to, if you miss the Jurassic Park Evolution one, you can now build a zoo. Or if you just want a cuter zoo than dinosaurs, go for Let's Build a Zoo. Next on Prime Gaming is Deus Ex Invisible War, which, if you're paying attention, this is now, I believe, the third game of the series out of, I think it's 5 games that has been free on Prime Gaming in the past like 6 months. So hopefully you've been picking them up if you're into this series or curious about this series. You may see the next ones coming up soon. Who knows? Also on Prime Gaming is Game Deck Definitive Edition, which is a point and click type of game, point and click RPG. If you're a pointer or a clicker, whichever one you are, you might want to get it. If you get this, you might also want to get the Wiseby Mystery, which is also a point and click. This looks like adventure puzzle. So if you don't like RPG, but you like figuring stuff out with your brain, you're crazy, but you could go for this game. As far as bundles go, Humble Bundle is offering the best of Boomer Shooters 4. Make sure that you can pay $16, even though default's at $25. And this is what you can actually get, with just some pretty big names in here that you might be familiar with. So not a bad deal. There's also the Tactical Triumph, which is $15, and you can pick up all of these. I'm unfortunately not familiar with any of these, but you may see them and you think, okay, I know one of those or 2 of those or whatever, then the deal might be good for you. Also on Humble Bundle is the OG Outright games, which obviously, Alan, you'll probably want to pick this up for the Barbie Project Friendship. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. If not, it's going
to actually the Barbie. I would normally take it. Well, actually, no, I wouldn't take it. That's funny. So it's funny. Then the joke always rules first. But apparently Barbie Horse Adventures is one. But actually, on that previous one, I saw Fae Tactics. And I've only seen a little bit of that. But that's like if you like tactical games, kind of like La Pucelle, Disgaea type look. I'm screwing it up. That one was pretty cool. But the Barbie, I'm not gonna, because of Barbie Horse Adventures, I'm not gonna talk about it until I've tried it.
So you can pay $20 for this bundle of games that actually, you probably know the names, but probably never thought you'd pick up. You can pick them up now if you want to. Also, there's the Dice and Destiny bundle, which is pay $13 for these games, one of which is just a coupon, so kind of be careful there. So it's not 7 games, it's 6 games. I've heard of Disco Elysium. I think that was pretty big. But
that's pretty Disco Elysium's pretty well regarded. It's weird, but it's pretty well regarded. It's really about, I've heard that it's really good. Like it's really good. Like apparently like your character can like die of a heart attack if you pick the wrong conversational choices. But it's really good.
If you're looking to go into cardiac arrest, you may want to pick up this bundle.
If that excites you at all. But it's really cool. It's really good. I've heard it's really good.
If this next one excites you, I'm going to be amazed because I don't think anyone actually touches this series, but Humble Bundle also has the Leisure Suit Larry Complete Collection 2025.
What's
13
that?
items for $7. Was that?
I say this, it's like the Scorsese meme on the internet, absolute cinema. These are hilarious. These are hilarious games, but like these guys said about, these are hilarious games, but like he said, well, like I said about PCU at a different time, but they're funny games. They're funny games and they're all like, yeah.
All right. So if you need the Leisure Suit Larry collection, go for it. Fanatical is doing the Build Your Own Early Access bundle. So these, I guess, are games that are currently in early access, which I know I've actually gotten Cision. That one's not too bad, shooter. So if you like early access, if you want to go along for the ride and see how they develop, 2 games for $15 isn't a bad deal. And because Alan is back on the episode again, Fanatical reached out to us and wanted us to let them know they're doing the Build Your Own Capcom bundle again.
I hate you, and I hate you because you're right.
2 games for $13. Alan, find what you still need on this list and go get it.
I hate you so much right now. I want you to know that. I hate you.
No, don't hate me. Hate Fanatical.
I hate when you're right. I hate when you're right. I mean, you're right. So, but yeah, I hate it.
And the final bundle is the Build Your Own Indie Legends bundle, which is 2 games for $5. So if you know any of these games, see any that you're interested in, then there you go. $5 for 2 games isn't a bad deal. So, and that's everything we have for this week. So the good news is Ben, I think, is still awake.
Barely.
Barely. So at that point, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're looking forward to next week where we're going to do the reviews of the movies for Dangerous Liaisons, Cruel Intentions, PCU. Who knows? There might be some extra surprises in the bag. We don't know.
Maybe as many as 5 movies next week. It's going to be crazy. We're going to have a movie marathon of sorts.
Yeah. So grab your popcorn, grab your movie projector and join us because it's going to get real. So, and with that note, I think it's time to close it up. So we will give Alan the last word.